with us could be dangerous. So run if you hear the sound, cause that's how we howl. That's how we howlin', growlin', wildin'. That's how we howlin', growlin'.
Welcome back, folks. I've got a little bit to share with you. The last video I posted, I had said something about OP11 being about a week away or something like that, and I had my dates mixed up, or actually I had the right date, but I thought it was a little later in the month. So I thought it was a little closer, and it turns out it was actually 2 weeks away. So anyway, thought I'd fill the space rather than go 2 full weeks without posting anything. So I did want to show you this first, which is, it's a pretty cool looking figure, but it's a little bit bittersweet. I bought this because the price was so good. It was too good to be true, and it turns out it literally was too good to be true, because this particular figure, if it was not a counterfeit, is actually like a $250, $300 figure, and I saw it for 50 bucks. And so obviously, yeah, something had to be up. Knew it was too good to be true, but I thought maybe it was, who knows, you know, I decided to take a chance. Turns out it is completely a counterfeit, and I'll tell you how you know. But I mean, first of all, these little wisps here are supposed to be blue, I believe, in the legit one. Probably down to the details too, but to be perfectly honest, for the $45 I paid for it, it's not a bad figure, and I wouldn't be disappointed. But the fact is, it was way off balance. So for some reason, where he attaches right here on the leg, you can see how wobbly it is, and what that results in is he sits way back. So you can see I literally kind of just put a little, it's a hook on there, and I velcroed it on temporarily until I can figure out what I want to do permanently. But rather than just lay like that, now it lays like that, which makes the Luffy stand up straight. So instead of like this, where he looks like he's falling over backwards from the weight of this, basically, because that's a lot of heavy plastic. Now when I set it down, he kind of stands upright, but if you look at it from the back, you see that big hook. So I'll probably do something else a little bit better at some point. But you know, honestly, it, like I said, bittersweet, because it is a figure that's worth 40 bucks, but it is not, it's clearly a counterfeit of the original one, of the main one, which again, there's no way it was going to be that one, because that, like I said, is honored are $250 to $300. It's the Portrait of Pirates series, and those are really expensive. So to date, now I went from having no large centerpiece Luffys to having 2, so I'm not sure what's going to end up there in that center spot. But anyway, I didn't want to just show you that, so rather than just do that one thing, I am going to open some cards today. I've got another piece of mail, which again, one of these days I'm going to open one of these and find out it wasn't cards, but I can kind of tell in there, but it should be One Piece cards. And I'm going to open another box of Royal Blood. I just got really lucky. I think I pulled it on the channel, but I pulled the Usopp SP, I believe it is. Anyway, I literally just sold it for 200 bucks. So one of those rare times where you actually get more out of the box than you paid for it right off the bat. So can't be disappointed with that. So I probably will just start with the mailing, see what we got here. Again, it's nothing too exciting. I never buy singles of anything really expensive. The most expensive things I bought, which weren't even that much because I bought them in Japanese. I got the SPs for the Boa and Nami SPs from OP9, I think it was. Yeah, OP9 was the set that I was cursed. I opened over a case. I think I came up on like 14 boxes worth of OP09 and didn't get a single SP. That is insane if you ask me. So luckily I've been doing a little bit better with the newer ones. That is from the illustration box, I think, or is it from the I think it might be for the insert pack from Starter Deck 21, I think. And I didn't get the Frankie, so I ordered it single. Not too much, probably a $3 card, to be honest. But I wanted to get them all, especially the Frankie, because Frankie and Brooke are two of my favorite characters, and they just never get much love in the card game. There are so few good Frankie and Brooke characters. I almost said Usopp. Actually, I hate to say it, but I couldn't care less how many Usopp cards there were. He is not anywhere near my favorite character. But yeah, I really wish they'd do more for Frankie and Brooke. But I did get that, so I end up going on TCG Player and buying like special promos and inserts, stuff that I couldn't get out of the packs and whatnot. Leader pack. So this, I'll probably post this tomorrow, which will be Monday. And now that I have my date straight, it will be just 5 days away from the release of OP11 English. I know a couple of my local stores just had their opening, their pre-release events, so a lot of people around here got it already. I do not go to the pre-release events because I don't really play. One of these days I'll probably just go and do the pre-release just so I can sit there, lose, and get some free cards. But other than that, I usually just have to wait till the actual release date. And sometimes, I've said this before, but it's still true, I will usually order a box or two from a random vendor on eBay or something, hoping that they ship out early. And a couple of times it's paid off. I actually have gotten shipments, Wednesday, Thursday before the Friday release day, and so I can strip them and show them to you guys on the channel a little bit early, not as early as the pre-release people or the people with connections. But so far I haven't gotten tracking on anything that indicates that I'm going to get anything early, but for sure I'll have a box Friday, and then I'll probably just try and stick to like a one a day for a while if I can keep the stock rolling in.
A few moments later.
I am literally speechless because I've never gotten a manga before. You're seeing the first ever. I've probably opened about 4 or 5 cases worth of product. One of those cases being a Japanese case, so it's not as much as. But yeah, this is it. This is the moment. I wasn't even going to open this box, as you heard. I kind of decided to just do it as a just because, I didn't want to just open or show you the statue there. But I'm kind of like at a loss. I had to look at it and think to myself, that's part of the reason I paused for so long, is like, wait, is that what I think it is, or is that a... And I could be a fool. I'm gonna have to literally look it up just to make sure I'm seeing what think I'm seeing. But that is the manga rare. Am I wrong? I might sound like a total fool right now. Maybe that's something that I'm not seeing. I know there have been cases where a card kind of looks like the manga rare, but it's not. I know there was a Nami that kind of did the whole, you know, sort of mimic and of course there was that Roger, the gold Roger, that kind of had manga panels behind it, but it wasn't the manga rare. But yeah, I don't know, I'm speechless. Like I said, I'm kind of a reserved person, you know, I'm not screaming and yelling and jumping around, but I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. It's my first ever. It's one of my favorite characters. In fact, if I didn't just photograph it, Law would be sitting right here where this Mihawk is, but it's over on my photography table. Just took some pictures of it for posting. But now I'm stuck. You know, half of me wanted, you know, strangely enough, half of me wanted my first manga to be like out of EB01, the Chopper, or maybe the Buggy, so I can just sell it and not feel any guilt and just get the money back. But now that it's the Law, I might want to keep it. If I'm, you know, I don't even remember. It's probably going for about 4. Man, I'm just guessing right now because I'm definitely not one of those people who expects to get a manga, so I don't track it. But it's either $400 or $500 right now, somewhere in that range. And so if I sold it, it'd really help pay for a lot of the stuff. Because, you know, obviously, you know, most boxes you don't get too much of a return on your investment. Even though I just did get the $200 Usopp recently. And I can't complain because my collection's looking pretty good. My main binder is something really cool, fun to look through. And like I keep saying, I probably will feature it on the channel one of these days. Just figure out how to put a camera above, pointing straight down, and then just flip through my main binder. If that would be interesting for people, I have no idea, but I assume it would be, because I would watch videos of that with other people. But you know already, because I just told you that's the first I've ever pulled. It's not like it's full of mangas or anything. Just some cool cards. I've collected some decent promos, and it's kind of a nice collection. So maybe next time I have some downtime and there's no set coming out, I will do that. So there you go, folks. That's now hands down the best best box I've ever had. And I am gonna step away. I'm gonna leave the video going and I'll be right back, but I just have to make sure I'm looking at what I'm looking at and it's not some other funky alt art. Okay, I just stepped into the other room real quick and I'm gonna pull up my TCG player here. I am gonna look for Royal Blood. And for some reason, I don't know if this has been happening to everybody, but as you see, I click on Royal Blood and it doesn't go to it. So what I've been doing, what I found out, is you kind of gotta go somewhere else. Whoops. And then go back to it, and then it usually goes to where you want. Whoops. Man, it's driving me crazy. If anyone's, like, from TCG Player, if anyone knows anybody in the company or can pass this along in their feedback, please do so, because I hate the fact that you're somewhere and you swipe out to go back to where you just were, and it closes the whole program. It does that to me like all the time. So anyway, I'll go to price guide and then swipe back, and it should go to the listing for Divine Speed. Or Royal Blood, excuse me. Yeah, it worked. So the app's kind of been buggy lately, but that's how I have to go around and do it. And then, whoops, I'm in somebody's store, I think. Yeah, leave store. And then I'm gonna sort high to low. And that's it. Like, holy shit. That's my first manga ever. I was really starting to think it was never going to happen because, oh, actually, I don't know what I said earlier, but I've opened about 5 cases worth of product. And it's not one of the super expensive ones. Like right now, there's how many? Let's see. What does it say? It should say how many are currently listed. Oh, 29 other listings, so 30 listings total. And yeah, it's currently going for, market price is $386. It's dropped down a little bit. 345, 349, 349. You know, to be honest, I'll probably just keep it for now. Maybe think about getting it graded. It looks like it's a perfect cut to me. I know sometimes people look at the back. I don't even know if the back matches exactly to the front, how they're printed, but the border looks even from side to side and top to bottom. Anyway, man, you just saw it. That's my first ever. It's my best pull ever. My first manga ever. About, like I said, about 4 cases worth in or so. It's hard to say right now because I've opened some Japanese. I've opened a lot of single packs. I do save my box tops, so at some point I'll be able to really catch up and find out exactly how much I've opened. But anyway, man, thanks for watching. You just saw like the best pull I've ever gotten, and not even close. So anyway, see you in the next one. Next one should be Friday if I don't manage to get any product early, and I will be opening some OP11 moving forward. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Finally feel so much better. I don't need you, I'm good.